guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. I'm super grateful to have you here, and I'm super excited to do a new concept here on my YouTube channel today. So this video is the first of its kind here on my channel, and I am super excited to do this with you today. And I really felt called to do it to share some positivity, share some hope, and share some manifestation magic into our community during lockdown. So I asked you over on my Instagram, which is I am Emma Mumford, and over on my Facebook group, which is free to join, and I'd all encourage you to come on over and interact with us because I'm really present in there, and there's I think 8,000 people in there now who are all spiritual queens with us and talk about law of attraction, we talk about spirituality, loads of different things, and it's a really lovely support community. So I posted it in there and over on my Instagram for you to share your manifestation stories with me, whether it's through manifestations that have happened during lockdown, just before lockdown, to share some hope and positivity with you guys. So thank you all so much for your stories. I thoroughly have enjoyed reading through every single one of them and seeing what magic has come into your life recently or over the last few years. So I'm going to share with you as many as I can today because we had a lot, which is amazing to see that so many people have such abundance in their life. So I've picked a few which I think you're going to love to hear, and yeah, thank you. And also just comment down below as well if yours hasn't been featured or you didn't know this was happening and you want to share yours. Comment down below your manifestation success stories as well, because I love to read them, you guys love to read them, and when we read people's positive stories and manifestations, you know, it adds to our vibrations, it adds that positivity that we're sharing, meaning that people pick up on those positive vibes. And you know, if you're particularly feeling a bit down or frustrated with current circumstances, current climates, then just reading positive stories can really help to give you that hope and give you that motivation. So I hope these stories really serve you. Thank you to everybody who submitted them, and please let us know your manifestation success stories in the comments as well to share the love within this video. So let's get started with them. So first of all, Kaylee Gillingham on Instagram said, I once manifested a job on a cruise ship in the Caribbean. I got posted to the exact ship Esther, Abraham Hicks, was on the exact same day. How incredible. I specifically wanted to manifest the Caribbean rather than any other destination, and I had the exact company I got hired on a vision board of mine when I was younger. Wow, I love this already. Plus, I was listening to Abraham Hicks every day prior to getting the job. I couldn't make this up. Before that, I was working in the engine room in Poundbury, keeping my vibe high. Now, this is where I live. So amazing that she literally worked where I am. So I live in Poundbury and the engine room is literally around the corner from me. One of my favourite places to go in Poundbury. So I flipping love that she's been in the engine room. That's amazing. I've also manifested 2 relationships. The first one didn't work out too well though, laughing face, but everything happens for a reason, and many other things including money. How flipping incredible to have that cruise ship on your vision board, and then you get posted to it, and then you live near me, you've worked near me, and also that you get a post on the same ship as Esther Abraham Hicks. Blooming love it. Thank you, universe, and thank you, Kaylee, for your story. It's inspired me today. Okay, right, on to Facebook then. So Gabby said, I've always wanted to work with children who have special educational needs and disabilities. Always applied for jobs and never succeeded. That was until the 3rd of February 2020. I had an interview and it changed my life forever. I got the dream job I always wanted, and it was a permanent contract. Anything is possible. Your dreams and manifestations do come if you just believe. I love that, Gabby, and such a rewarding job as well, like to help children and to, you know, have that career. So clearly that was the right company to work for you, and it all aligned at the perfect time. So thank you for what you do to help the children. Amazing, love it, and thank you so much for sharing, Gabby. Okay, Elizabeth Millie has said, me and my mum did a car boot sale for some extra money to go to London for your Spiritual Queen Summit. Yay! At the very end, after we'd made enough money for the hotel, my phone fell out of my pocket and completely broke, which is not good. So the money we made, we then had to use to fix my phone. My mum was saying, that's really annoying, and I said, no, it's fine, fine, mum. The universe will return the money to me, don't worry. The next day I was printing off some hotel confirmations for something else and I accidentally pressed cancel. I rang up to say I didn't want to cancel the booking, so they said they would have to rebook it. It turns out that booking the same hotel on that day was cheaper than when I originally booked it. It was £100 less, which paid for my phone, which was broken. Amazing! I love manifestations like that, and I hope you enjoyed the summit as well. I love when money manifestations happen like that, because when you trust that that money's going to come back to you, when you're like, yes, it's okay, universe, I trust that this is going to return to me tenfold, I trust this money's going to be returned to me. Elizabeth put that faith in her manifestation and boom, it happened. By some, accident of clicking cancel, she got her £100 back. The universe always provides. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Elizabeth, with us. Okay, Noor, I hope I've said your name right. Noor Columba, I hope I've said that right. I'm terrible with pronunciations, as we know. Okay, so I wanted to work in a particular organisation, went on Google and printed the first picture of the organisation I found and put it on my 2019 vision board. Kind of forgot about the image. I got the job in the organisation in 2019, and when I was taking down the pics from my 2019 vision board, I stopped. That image was from the office I was allocated when I joined the team. Oh my word, same view, same seat, everything. Oh my God, I've literally got chills. I've literally got chills with this. I had totally forgot about it until that moment. I spoke it into exact existence. So ladies, be clear with your manifestations. Yes. Oh my freaking God, yes, be clear. And I've heard this so many times. My tattooist Natalie, actually, hi if you're watching, she said that, I remember her saying when I had one of my tattoos done, that she put these new developments on her vision board in her local area, and she ended up buying the exact one that was in the photo, like the exact show home. I was like, whoa. So I've heard this a million times before. Be specific on what you put image wise, because you could end up manifesting the same seat, the same view, the exact house, exactly like that. But congratulations on the job. Sounds amazing. Okay, so Yasmin has put, mine was a few years ago. I'd set the intention of the car I wanted. About a year or so later, I got it in the exact colour I wanted. I was so happy. I also managed to manifest a wedding abroad. I never thought I'd get married, but I always said that if I did, I'd want to get married abroad with just a small number of guests. In February this year, it happened. Both of these intentions were set before I had any idea of what the law of attraction was, so that makes it even more epic. I love it. And we are always manifesting, whether we consciously know it or not. I've had things where I look back and I'm like, oh God, I so set that intention. That was definitely law of attraction. So amazing, Yasmin, and congratulations on your wedding as well. Okay, another difficult name to pronounce. So the names are always a challenge for me. I'm going to say Elisette. I'm gonna go with that. So my manifestation story was a little over 2 months. The first time I tried the law of attraction, I meditated a lot in the morning. I wrote out some affirmations in my gratitude journal and felt truly calm, and my vibration was high. That same day, I met my twin flame, but I didn't know it yet. I went to Racatel, I'm not sure what that is, and he happened to be there signing on it. I went up to him afterwards and congratulated him on his performance. We ate lunch immediately afterwards and we immediately clicked, and that night we both sang duets together, and we've been best friends ever since. And that's all I've wanted since coming to the School of Music. One true friend that was similar to myself, and that's my law of attraction story. I love that, so cute. And great that music brought you together as well. Love that. Thank you, universe, and thank you for sharing your story. Right, Liza has got hers. I manifested money and a car a couple of years ago now. Cried out loud I would like both. A few weeks later, the bank wrote to me saying they owed me PPI money. I wanted a VW Polo, any colour. I went shopping, looked online, VW garages, etc. A friend suggested to go for a Ford. In the end, I ended up in a Ford garage, and there was my silver lining to my manifestation. A silver Volkswagen Polo in my price range with change to spare. I freaking love that, in a Ford garage as well. So clearly you were meant to go to that Ford garage. I love that. And I love when we manifest something and it's even cheaper than what we thought it was, so we have money left over as well. Love that, Liza. Thank you so much for sharing. So we've now got Rachel's story. A couple of months ago, I wanted to manifest a certain amount of money to come from my part-time business. I wrote myself a magic check for $1,200 with a memo that said, this or something greater for my highest highest good. Always suggest putting that, guys, on your manifestations. And by surrendering this check at the time of a new moon, that month I brought in $1,380. So she got an extra $180 by saying this or something greater. So good tip there, guys. Write that on your magic checks, write it on all of your manifestations, or say it, because this is a classic example of how we can limit ourselves sometimes by not saying that and asking for that small amount or smaller amount, and then actually the universe is like, hey, have this an extra $180. So this is why it's such a good tip to say that, because then you're opening yourself up to whatever's for your highest good, and the universe can bring more to you if that's what's meant to happen. So thank you, Rachel, and thank you, universe, for sharing that too. Okay, Shannon, oh my gosh, my scariest manifestation was my car loan debt. My car was not in good condition anymore, and I still had a few thousands to go until it was paid off. I did money manifestation affirmations and a vision board with the bank account without the loan section, and literally about 2 weeks later, my car hit a kangaroo. I love this already. An Aussie thing, she said, and was written off. The car was taken away and paid out from the insurance. Still can't believe it happened. So that was incredible. Poor kangaroo though. I just love that your car can be taken out by a kangaroo. Only in Australia, hey? Only in Australia. But amazing that that's how the manifestation came out, where the debt was wiped out by the car company. Incredible, incredible. Thank you, universe, and thank you, Shannon, for sharing. Okay, the next one is from Linda. I manifested money when I desperately needed it. I was on maternity leave in the US. The first 6 weeks was paid, and I was determined to spend the first 12 weeks at home before I went back to work. This pregnancy wasn't planned, and I didn't have a lot in savings. After focusing on manifesting some money for bills and such, I got a check in the mail from the bank my car loan is for. My sister, completely out of the blue, sent me money in my account, and when I called her about it, she just said, had a feeling that I needed help, and since she had extra, she wanted me to have it. What a great sister. Then later she threw me a surprise birthday party in February. She's an artist and does those wine and paint parties. Little did I know that she had done it as a benefit for my children and I, and all proceeds went to us. Oh my God, Sister of the Year award here. Now that I've been back at work for a few months, I vowed to pay off the $1,000 credit card balance I had racked up. The next day I saw the news that our government was sending us checks for $1,200, which I'm guessing is for coronavirus. So how amazing that her money came to her just by having that faith, and amazing that that help came through your sister as well, because remember, with money manifestations, it can come from our loved ones, our family members. If they gift us something or help us out with something, this is all abundance, guys, all abundance. So thank you so much for sharing that story with us. Now on to Lauren's story. I manifested $1,000 in 1 day. Okay, so I have been rather bummed because financial uncertainty had put me in a place where I might have to leave my town and my job and move back home with my parents. And I really didn't want to move out of the condo with my friends, as this is the one part of my college experience that I have left, and we have gotten so much closer during these hard times. Since the new moon is a great time for manifesting, I did a new moon ritual. Most of my manifestations this month had to do with the pandemic. I think it's important to be a part of the collective energy at this time. Yes, this is what I've been saying. Manifest for the collective, not just for yourself, guys. Like, we have these powers that manifest for the collective. And I've done so much content on this if you want to read what sorts of things you can intend or what sort of things you should kind of be calling in for the collective. I've done a blog post and a video on it too, but yes, yes, yes. However, one of my more personal manifestations came into fruition. I wrote a magic check out for $1,000. I chose this number because that would be how much I would need to earn this month to continue living with my friends and working where I do. The very next morning, I received a text from my dad with a picture of a check and a message saying my lovely great uncle across the world had sent me a gift of $1,000. I had never mentioned any financial struggle to him, nor was I expecting a gift of that magnitude for any reason. I just couldn't believe it. I am so incredibly grateful for him, this gift, and the power of the universe. Again, that, you know, that family, that kind of long lost family that, you know, send you a check from across the globe. Like, this happens, whether it's close family, long lost family, whatever. You know, money can come in from all places, and such a great story of how she didn't tell anybody that, you know, she was struggling or whatever, and her uncle just gifted her that money. Amazing, Lauren, congratulations, and thank you for sharing your story. And our last story today is by Laini Bear. And she said, or Laini, I can never say Laini, Laini, one of the two. I'm sorry once again for pronunciations on this video. She said, I manifested losing 30 lbs and winning $1,700 because of it. I love this. It's more like I manifested the motivation and love for myself to exercise and eat healthier. I've also manifested money for the first time using the magic check. Yes, yes, yes. Magic checks are everything. So I have these on my website. I've even created my own one for Positively Wealthy, which is my book that's coming out in June. So you can grab this all over on my website if you want to fill one out as well. I'll put the link down below. So finally, I recently manifested the exact dumbbell weights my fiance wanted without knowing at first, and spent the exact amount I asked of the universe. Amazing. And it's great when we feel called to buy someone something, or yeah, I think I'm gonna get that for my partner, or I'm gonna get that for my friend, and it turns out that they've been manifesting it as well. That's the best kinds of manifestations. I've had this with my friend Selena so much, and we just laugh about it every single time because we're like, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to give you this. And she's like, I've been manifesting this from the universe, and vice versa. So the universe works in wonderful, wonderful ways through our loved ones, friends, family, etc. And finally, to wrap up this video, I thought I would share a little manifestation story with you throughout lockdown as well, or this actually happened just before lockdown. Now, obviously you saw my book things, and obviously that's been happening with Positively Wealthy, but one manifestation I was so happy to receive just before lockdown came in was manifesting Gabby Bernstein to come on my podcast. So you guys will know, or you may not know if you don't follow me on Instagram. A couple of years ago, I got asked my 3 dream guests that I would love to have on my podcast. And I said Kyle Gray, Rebecca Campbell, and Gabby Bernstein. So Rebecca and Kyle came on pretty much soon afterwards. They saw the post and were like, let's make this happen. And I was like, yay. And Gabby, I nearly had the opportunity to interview last year for her Super Attractor when her book came out. But unfortunately, just because of her timings and schedules, it just didn't work out. So when it didn't work out, I was kind of a bit bummed. I was like, oh no, I was so close, and like I would have loved to have talked about Super Attractor and, you know, really celebrate that manifesting power, because she's got that manifesting book out now. But I just trusted. I was like, right, you know it's gonna happen, you believe in it. So I just truly, truly, truly surrendered it and was like, right, it will happen in the perfect timing. Maybe for the next book, whatever, it will happen. But I knew that I wanted to talk about Super Attractor and Gabby's take on Law of Attraction as well. So come, I think it was February. Yeah, because we're at the end of April now. So yeah, I think it was the end of February, beginning of March, I had an email from, just randomly as you do, had an email from Gabby's assistant. And I was like, hi, thank you for coming into my inbox. What's brought you here? And basically, Gabby does a course each year, which basically helps businesses. It's the Spirit Junkie Masterclass, and it helps women who want to do like spiritual businesses. It's a fantastic course, which so many people and even a lot of my spiritual peers have done as well and loved. So they were getting in touch to see whether I'd like to collaborate on that with her, and also how she could collaborate. And I was like, well, I have a podcast, and it just worked out perfectly. And the lady who's Gabby's assistant was really nice. We had such a good chat when we had a call together. So I'm just like, do you know what? These are lovely people, even to just have manifested into my life to chat to. But also as well, you know, it was great that I was able to then say, hey, I have a podcast. Would Gabby be interested? And, you know, they booked it in and they said yes. So it has been delayed a little bit because of the coronavirus. It was meant to be recorded at the beginning of April. It's now going to be recorded in August, but it's still happening, which is amazing. So thank you, universe. And that's all my 3 dream guests I would have loved to have had on my podcast. It's happened. And I didn't even have to reach out. They dropped into my inbox in the end, which is just crazy when you think about it. So it proves when you trust, when you let it go, when you're like, I trust this will happen in divine timing. And the best thing is we're talking about Super Attractor as well, because it's still relevant. Obviously that's her latest book, and you know, it's really going to help to share that message of Super Attractor as well. So everything works out for, yeah, divinely. So what have we learned from this video? Get specific, let go, and it will still come to you. And say this or something better for my highest good when you're manifesting money. But thank you all so much for your wonderful stories. I hope my story and the lovely ladies who have shared their stories with us today has inspired you and helped you to feel motivated towards manifesting your dreams, whether it's through lockdown or once we come out through lockdown. I think it's important to share that hope and positivity, especially during these times. So I hope you are all keeping well. I'm sending you all so much love, and I hope you are keeping safe and well wherever you are in the world. And as I said earlier on, let me know your manifestation success stories in the comments below so we can continue this train of positivity. And for anybody watching, they can read even more success stories from you guys too and feel inspired. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because we'd love to see you again soon. And also something really exciting that I have launched this week, or last week, which you'll be watching this a week later, is the Spiritual Queen magazine. So this is a 50-page digital magazine that I have launched. It's the first issue, it's the first of its kind, and it is a spiritual magazine designed to be your spiritual companion during lockdown. So it's only 99p. I was really conscious about making it really accessible and affordable for you all during these uncertain times. And there is so many amazing articles in there. It's 50 pages jam-packed with goodness of articles from industry experts, myself, spiritual peers. You know, there's just so much. So I'll put a link to that down below so you can have a read of that and have a look at that. And 10% of every purchase will go towards helping our NHS, to an amazing charity which is called Heroes, which is set up by NHS workers for NHS workers. So they help with obviously their mental health, their needs, they do care packages. They are doing an amazing job. So I felt really passionate about giving back to them as well with this stay-at-home issue of the magazine. So I hope it really serves you. Let me know if you're enjoying it in the comments as well, and you can find the link for that in my description down below. Make sure to leave me a comment to let me know how you found this video, and I hope you have a great week whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all on my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love guys.